Good day, watch fans, and will the Rolex GMT Master 2 Pepsi get discontinued? So, the Rolex Pepsi GMT Master 2, will it get discontinued now in 2024? Here's 5 reasons why this watch might get discontinued. Number one, it is not a secret that Rolex have issues when it comes to the production of the Pepsi. They struggle with the bezel and they struggle with the colors. This is a reason now that maybe we're not seeing the supply of Pepsis hitting the market. There's not as many sort of being made because they're struggling to make them. So this could be one reason why they decide to discontinue it. It could be just Rolex going, we've had enough of trying. There's too much wastage. So let's just stop it until we find a better way to do it. Number two, they've recently released a new GMT Master 2. Well, two, in fact. They released the Sprite and they've released the Zombie and the Guinness. So the GMT Master 2 is quite a full range at the minute. You've got the Batman, you've got the Batgirl, you've got the root beer, you've got the all gold or all rose gold root beer, you've got the Sprite, you've got the Zombie Guinness. We have got a lot of watches in that line. So is that an incentive for them to not worry if they have to discontinue the Pepsi? It is definitely something to think about. Number three, Rolex love to spice it up. They love publicity. They love making us talk about their products. And what would make us talk more than anything was if they discontinued the Pepsi, one of the most iconic watches that there has been in Rolex. If they get rid of the Pepsi, every person on the internet, every magazine, everywhere is going to be talking about it. It is one of the best, most iconic watches that has ever been. If that gets discontinued, it will send the prices through the roof and we will be talking about it. And most of all, we'll be talking about Rolex, putting them in the public eye, especially after some negative press that they've recently been having. So again, it's going to make them sort of back in the limelight. Number four, they always take away the popular models. So they took away the Hulk. They took away the John Mayer. They've taken away many models in the past. They took away the Coke. They've taken away models that we love. So why wouldn't they do this to us with the Pepsi? They know we love it, so they take it away. It drives up the grey market, which doesn't benefit Rolex directly, or does it? And number five, we have put it out there. We have been telling Rolex for the last year, we think they might discontinue it. Rolex might just do it because we're calling for it. Subconsciously, we're asking for this. We're sending it out to the universe. We're asking for them to discontinue. Rolex might hear our calls and do exactly that. Now, what will that mean if they do discontinue the Pepsi? Now, if they discontinue the Pepsi, two things are going to happen. Number one, we're all going to want a Pepsi. Number two, the price is going to skyrocket. Now, the Pepsi's already quite a premium watch. It's going in the high teens now of the thousands of pounds. That, if it gets discontinued, I think initially it will be nearly hitting 25 to 30,000 pounds because number one, there's a very low supply at the minute. The demand for it will go soaring and that will force the prices up. Now, is the Pepsi a 25,000 to 30,000 pound watch? No. Is it a high teens watch? It's not really. It's a 12,500 pound watch. And because of demand, it sends the prices up. Now, what might they bring in its place? They might bring nothing in its place if they do discontinue it because they've already bought out a few models. But a lot of people would love to see the Coke back. If it did get discontinued, though, I don't think it would be forever. I just think it would be Rolex doing their thing. I think it would be Rolex creating that demand, creating the want for the Pepsi, and then it'll buy them a bit of time to be able to sort those bezels and then eventually get them so they can make them how they want to make them without having any wastage. So do I really think they're going to discontinue the Pepsi? I'm on the fence. I'd like to think that they won't, but nothing is impossible when it comes to Rolex. They throw curveballs all the time. Now, 2024, I think is going to be a very interesting year. I think there's going to be some very interesting watches. I think there's going to be some watches that we never thought would go. And I think there'll be some watches that we're going to be surprised in. I've got a prediction video coming up and I'm going to explain everything in that. So please like, subscribe, and thank you for your continued support.